Hello everyone, and welcome to Lexi's English Club. I'm Lexi, your guide to mastering the English language with exam strategies, learning techniques, and other valuable tips. Today, I'm talking about keyword transformation, which is part 4 in reading and use of English in the CAE and CPE exams. In this video, I'll be giving you recommendations and strategies on how to tackle this part of the exam. So, grab your notebooks and let's master the art of keyword transformations together. Before we move on to the exam strategies, I would like to remind you of what you have to do in this task. In part 4 of reading and use of English, you are given 2 sentences with a similar meaning. Your task is to complete the second sentence by rewriting the first one. It's important that you keep the original sentence absolutely the same. For that, you have to use a keyword, but you cannot change it, and the number of words in the gap should be from 3 to 6. Okay then, now let's move on to the main part where I'll talk you through the possible ways of how to deal with keyword transformation tasks. When I teach students, I normally start with a simpler task. I give them a sentence and ask them to paraphrase it by giving as many variants as possible. This gives them a better understanding of the meaning of the sentence and helps them use a variety of lexical and grammatical structures. If you're a teacher and you have a group of students, you can assign it as a pair task. If you're preparing on your own, you can do it with your study buddy or by yourself. Okay, now let's look at the example that I have. Lucy's teachers were favorably impressed by the presentation she gave to the class. Now I suggest that you pause the video and try to think of alternative ways of expressing the sentence in a different way. Remember, you have to keep the original meaning of the sentence absolutely the same. Okay, look what I have. I have 3 variants. I'm not going to read them. You see them from the screen. You see, the suggested sentences contain different grammatical structures, which helps to comprehend the meaning of the original sentence better and practice paraphrasing. The next strategy is connected with the task itself. I came across this idea in one of the Cambridge handouts and I loved it. Let's have a look. The main idea is to cross out repeated words in both sentences so that you could see the elements that need to be paraphrased. Of course, they might not always be exactly the same and they might be slightly different in the second sentence. Anyway, let's look back at the example sentence and cross out the repeated words. As you see, Lucy's teachers corresponds with her teachers, and the presentation she gave to the class corresponds with Lucy's presentation to the class. Okay, what is left? Right, we're favorably impressed. Now let's look at the keyword, impression. Which collocation with the word impression can you think of? Which one will suit the context better? Right, to make a favorable impression on somebody. This is the one. Now let's put it in the gaps. Lucy's presentation to the class made a favorable impression on her teachers. Right, let's check. Have we used the keyword? Yes. Does the second sentence convey the same meaning? Yes. Do we stick to the word limit of 3 to 6 words? Yes, we have 5. Well done! And probably now you want to practice yourself. No problem, here is another example. Sentence. She still hasn't recovered from her divorce last year. Keyword. Over. And you see the second sentence below. Now I suggest that you pause the video and try it yourself. Then resume play and then we'll compare our answers. Alright, what do we have here? Although she got divorced last year, she isn't over it yet. Well done! Have we used the keyword? Yes. Does the second sentence convey the same meaning? Yes. And do we stick to the word limit of 3 to 6 words? Yes. And we have 4. Mind you, all the contracted forms like isn't, aren't, won't, don't count as 2 words. And before you go, I would like you to remember 4 questions that will help you make sure you've done the task correctly. Here they are. Number 1. Is the meaning of the 2 sentences similar? Number 2. Do I keep the keyword the same? Number 3. Do I use from 3 to 6 words? And number 4, do I remember that a contracted form is counted as 2 words? That's it for today. I hope this strategist will help you navigate the challenges of the keyword transformation task. But remember, practice is key. Make sure you expose yourself to a variety of sentences and practice transforming them. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your fellow exam takers. Happy studying!